Super Bowl 55, baby. All right, here we go. It's a little Glenn Levitt for the haters. I'm so dumb. Anyway, let's go into my picks, bro. So, we got Patty Mahomes against Tom Brady. Now, I just watched a video by Board Films, and that got me so pumped to at least, put out my own content of what I believe will happen and the meta of why it'll happen, and I'll go into it later on in this video. Let's dive into the fact that this is Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl, and man, he's not slowing down, dude. There were a couple games this season where I thought, oh, this motherfucker might need to go and retire after this season. They really turned it around, though, and I did not expect that to happen whatsoever. I figured the Kansas City Chiefs will find themselves somewhere in the AFC Championship, very likely even the Super Bowl. They were just on a tear this whole season, on a real mission to prove that Super Bowl was no fluke, baby. And they made it back, so kudos to them, even though they're in my team's division, and fuck them. Kudos to them. Now, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks, who started off the year, honestly, the time they played the Chiefs this past November 2020, they lost by 3, and their record was 7-5. So by no means were they an elite team. They still had a lot to figure out on offense. They weren't clicking, but it's around the time they played the Los Angeles Chargers that suddenly things started fucking clicking. And I was like, oh my God. I was watching that game against the Chargers, and that was when Justin Herbert was really, gunslinging. He was fucking putting it to the Bucs defense. It just wasn't enough. And that was a game where I was like, holy fuck, is Tom Brady going to take this team to the Super Bowl? I didn't believe it. I didn't have to believe it. He was going to do it anyway. It's really, we're watching one of the greatest athletes to ever perform. I see Tom Brady as an artist. That's so gay. What the fuck, dude? Did I really just call Tom Brady an artist? I am a fucking pretentious fucking fuck. Anyway, yeah, I think Tom Brady is an artist. And these performances, this drive to succeed and win at all costs is one of the most inspiring things you could ever fucking imagine. I mean, I remember the year that the Pats beat Atlanta, that huge, amazing comeback. I remember watching the game. Before the game even started, before that year even started, all you were hearing is Tom Brady's washed. Is this going to be his last year with Belichick? Is Belichick getting fed up with Brady? Is he wanting a replacement and fast? That's all you were hearing. And for him to really show up in that game, in that whole year, for fuck's sake, dude. I mean, how could you not be inspired? I remember one time I was working. I work at a restaurant. And one time I was working the Pats and Eagles Super Bowl. I was super fucking pissed and bitter. But I was by the bar watching the last, couple minutes of that game. And I remember specifically, this is the first moment I stood up for Tom Brady. And I thought, you know what, this guy's misunderstood. I got to come to his rescue against this guy at the bar and really show what a winner fucking does. So this guy starts talking shit. He says, yeah, Eagles. He's talking to the girl next to him. And the girl next to him is like, what's going on? And he's over here, Eagles are fucking dominating Brady. He's not even that good. They're basically shitting on him, okay, this fucking loser, and explaining to a girl and just transferring all his brain garbage into this poor young woman and just hating on the man. And I remember just being there. I was like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. And finally I was just like, fuck. He heard me and he was like, oh, you going for the Pats? And I said, no, I'm going for Brady to win, though. Brady and Belichick. And he goes, oh, it's a shame. They're cheaters. You know that. And I go, yeah, I know they had that deflate gate. And I know they had the, spy gate or whatever. But I told him, I think a lot of teams in the NFL at this level cheat, first of all. Second of all, I feel as if no matter if they cheat or not, they just play great football. Now, it's kind of a naive statement to say. Now, looking back, I know how I could have been perceived as a fucking douchebag. I stood up for Brady, though. No matter all the controversies thrown his way, I think he is the most accomplished athlete of all time. There's Lionel Messi, but I even feel as if Lionel Messi, I mean, soccer cannot be compared to American football in terms of a game. American football requires real cerebral fucking, it's like analytics, dude. It's like analytics. And it's not the same game. You have to put in so much overtime if you want to be good at the quarterback position in American football for over 18 years, motherfucker. And this guy wasn't paying his respects. So I had to set his ass straight. Fuck him. I hope he's watching the Super Bowl from his fucking mom's basement. That fuck. Tom Brady and his fucking doing it without Belichick. Anyway, sorry to, ramble on. I'm just having a little whiskey, going over these incredible moments, these memories he's given me as a fan of this sport. And you know what? I think he's the most accomplished athlete, bar none. When I watch him play football, I go, he just makes it look so easy. The only time he made it look difficult is when he was playing the Atlanta Falcons, and that was only because he was coming from behind and had to make every fucking throw on the money, 25 throws in a row, to win the game in overtime. It's when they were down by 25. It's like, are you fucking shitting me? To beat Sean McVay. Now, the reason this Super Bowl is the most interesting Super Bowl in a long time is because guess who beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl? Guess who Guess who denied him his perfect season? Guess who denied Bill Belichick and Tom Brady their perfect season? A man by the name of Steve Spagnuolo. Now, who is Steve Spagnuolo? Steve Spagnuolo was a defensive coordinator for the New York Giants when they ended the perfect season for the Patriots, and then came back, not even 3 years later, and beat them again with the New York Giants. And he was using this. He had an outstanding fucking lights out defense. He beat them by rushing 4, and I believe he did some variation of a cover 2. Showed a cover 1 multiple occasions, but it was actually a cover 2 when the play actually started, so it was a little bit of a disguise in there to confuse Mr. Tom Brady, and they just had his way with them. Admittedly, the first time Tom Brady didn't have his best game, was missing a few wide open passes, had some drops from receivers, and it wasn't the best showing. Second time, though, you could tell he was prepared. He was like, I'm going to beat this motherfucker. He got me last time. I won't be denied my ring, motherfucker. I need this. Okay, and Steve Spagnuolo got the better of him one more time. Now, they're going to meet again Sunday for the third time. And there's so many big, wide-ranging storylines. You get the building of a new dynasty with Patrick Mahomes if he wins. 2 Super Bowls back-to-back. Can he go for the third? Is he replacing Brady and beating him to, take the mantle from him? And then you have Steve Spagnuolo. Can he get the three-peat on Mr. Tom Brady? Or can Tom Brady come back and avenge his 2 Super Bowl losses that still eat at him in the middle of the night? Because Eli Manning says he still brings it up every time they talk, And then you have number 3. Is Andy Reid finally going to get the recognition he deserves? And number 4, is Tom Brady going to finally get the recognition he deserves? Now, that sounds crazy, but what I mean is he going to get the recognition without his mentor, Bill Belichick? It's it's like fucking Star Wars for fucking American football, dude. And I'm basically stealing that analogy from board films because they were using Star Wars and, Bill Belichick is Emperor General Palpatine, whatever the fuck you call him. And then Tom Brady is Darth Vader. But it was such a great analogy, and I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my life. If I see Tom Brady pull out another fucking W, that's gonna be one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen in professional sports. Craziest fucking thing, dude. They didn't start this season great at all. They had a lot to figure out. Their defense was rock solid, and it was actually the offense that looked all 6s and 7s. But they got Antonio Brown. They got Gronk finally going and in rhythm, a healthy Gronk. They got Leonard Fournette healthy. They got Scotty Miller, and he's over here fucking doing things that are very similar to Tyreek Hill, actually. A speedy guy, able to get past anybody one-on-one, able to find the seams in any defense, able to go slants, go routes, curls, anything, bro. He's the fucking man. Super fast, super speedy, great hands. So how are the Bucs gonna contend with the ultimate challenge in Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Le'Veon Bell now, and Clive Edwards-Helaire from LSU, outstanding running back, just fit in so well. When I found out that he was getting drafted to the Chiefs, I just went, oh fucking no. I saw what he did at LSU, and he's just gonna fit like a glove right into that backfield, and they're gonna use him in they're gonna use him in what is it called? They're going to use him on the screen. They're going to use him out wide. They're going to use him in the backfield, not to block, of course, but to catch, just some quick slant. It's going to be very fucking difficult to deal with all of these already good players. Tyreek Hill is a fucking master, dedicated to the art of getting behind defenders, and that's all he's good for. Not to mean that's all he's good for as a human being. What I mean is that's all he's built for. That he's built for speed. Then you got Travis Kelce, speedy guy in his own right, but also able to absolutely bully defenders. So how are they going to stop that? I've seen Jackson Kruger hypothesize that Tampa Bay may go for a cover 2 man or a cover 2 shell with the 2 safeties lying close to each other. That way they don't have to double team anybody, and they get, they don't have to spare any man. They could just use a cover 2 and then a linebacker to cover the running back. I don't know if that's necessarily what the Bucs should do. Honestly, I think they're going to do some variation of the cover 1 man that they did earlier in the season, because it's like, dude, you can only... A more reliable source is not to put as many players spread out on the field as possible if you want to stop the Speedy Gonzalez and Tyreek Hill and the Bulldozer and Travis Kelce. More players along the perimeter. It might do that. You might... might have some success with that. I just think overall that's not the important issue. The important issue is getting to Mr. Patrick Mahomes and just making his night very uncomfortable. You gotta fucking bloody him up, bruise him up, and you can do that rushing forward, because they got a very stacked up front. Vita Vea, fucking Ndamukong Suh. They can get to Patrick Mahomes. I don't think they should go for like blitz coverages or, disguises or anything like that. You just got to be really upfront with what you're going to do. This is what I did agree with Jackson Kruger Sports on. You got to be really upfront with what you're going to do. No disguises, no trick plays, no nothing like that. Leave the trick plays to Kansas City. They're the kings of that. What you got to do is just come out, just cover 1 man. Don't play zone. You're going to get fucked. You're going to get absolutely torn to ribbons. So don't play zone, play cover 1 man, and make sure all your fucking players get the biggest pep talk of their fucking life before the game. Have a fucking Tony Robbins there, whoever the fuck. Dr. Dre, whoever fucking does motivational shit now. So that's going to have to happen. I think Steve Spagnuolo is not going to get the better of Mr. Tom Brady now. Tom Brady just has so many more weapons than he had those seasons, and I think he knows exactly what to do now that he has full reign of the offense. Bruce Arians came out recently and basically... Hold on, let me go. Bruce Arians came out recently and basically admitted, hey, this is Tom's offense. I'm there on the sideline just fucking eating popcorn, eating hot dogs, and just watching him run the show. Okay, now he's got Antonio Brown. Just think about how many weapons Tom Brady has. And you could think that this is going to be an offensive warfare kind of battle just from the looks of it. I honestly don't think so. Sorry, excuse me. I think the defenses are going to shine, and what's going to end up happening is you're going to have Tom Brady winning it at the end of the game, once again, as he always does, don't doubt my man, dude. Don't doubt Mr. Tom Brady until he's ready to fucking retire. He's in another fucking Super Bowl. And his offense, the way he runs it, it's not some fast, up-tempo, especially with the Bucs. It's not some fast, up-tempo, getting behind. We've seen a lot of deep passes this year, which is really interesting for Mr. Tom Brady to do. But it's not going to be some fast, high-octane offense. It's going to be slow, methodical, get in behind you, and he can wear out that Chiefs defense. And we've seen that Chiefs defense deteriorate and get tired in crunch time before. It's just that, who gives a fuck? You got Patrick Mahomes. He could outscore anybody. So they don't really put as much emphasis on, stopping a team. I just don't think they have what it takes to stop the Bucs. I think the Bucs are going to win. And that's my pick, everybody. Hope you enjoy it. Watch the game. Tell me what you think.